Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be testing Ready or Not on the Steam Deck thanks to Void Interactive for providing a code of the game. So, this game is not verified, but is marked as playable. It used to be marked as not compatible. So I wanted to check it out because I like it on PC a lot. So let's go into advanced settings. We're going to do 30 and 40 FPS targets. So medium textures, shadows on high, anti-aliasing on epic is TAA after all. So basically high settings, medium textures, flashlight bounce enabled, no motion blur, world decals, I recommend you turn this off. Well, in this case we can turn it on actually for the 30 FPS target. Up to 1 FPS limit to 24. This is the camera you can use to look under doors. So 50% resolution plus 24 FPS should be good enough. And there's FSR 1. Unfortunately, there's no sharpness slider, so it looks over sharpened with this setting, but we need it, so ultra quality FSR. And you have also the option to select the X11 or 12 while launching the game. My advice is to use the X12. Higher performance. Unfortunately, as you can see in here, it drops sometimes, and we're not doing any combat inside the headquarters. So you're going to be dropping frames here. I don't think it's a big deal in this case. And I have two levels to test. The first one is Twisted Nerve in this 213 Park Homes. And this one I had a lot of drops, so I think it's a good stress test, at least in my opinion. This is a very tough game. Unfortunately, it doesn't have native gamepad support for this at all. So you gotta use the Steam Deck controller, Steam controller tweaks. There's a lot of community ones that you can try. Unfortunately, I do not find it comfortable with a gamepad. I mean, you can get away with it, but it's clearly focused on mouse and keyboard gameplay, this one. And as you can see, it's very dark in here. We're over 40 FPS, but we need a flashlight most of the time to see stuff, which drops us below 40, at least looking into the distance. So the foliage plus looking into the distance drops frames. Again, I chose this level because I drop lots of frames on this one. But it's basically high settings with ultra quality FSR. And don't play like me, the idea is to be tactical on this one. I'm also using Proton Experimental. So if you don't mind some drops below 40, you can play it like this, or lock it to 40 if you want to. Personally, I'll lower it to medium for a 40 FPS target. So again, consider this a 30 frames target. You can go here and do this, and it will be 30s across the board. And it will be also less unstable because we're taxing the CPU quite a bit. So again, my advice in this case is to lock it to 30. And I'm
moving clear. Yeah, copy that.
I'm going quickly. Just don't play like this. Be tactical in this game, please. I'm played in not the intended way. So let's see if there's anyone. But as you can see, the frame rate is very inconsistent. Well, I recommend, again, a 30 FPS lock in this case. As you can see, there's a lot of frame time spikes. Seems to be UE4 stutter. And let me show you the Opti1 thing that I was talking about. So this is to see under doors. It's locked at 24 FPS and I put 50% resolution. But as you can see again, the frame times are not good. Locking it to 40.
Suspect killed.
That was close.
Talk to element. Roger, entry team. Notifying medical.
Okay. Anybody else? I don't think so. So as I was saying, in this case, once you're indoors, should be into the over 40 basically all the time. But in some parts outside, it's going to drop below 30. So I don't know. I'll go for medium if the 40 FPS target was any concern. Okay, they're shooting my teammates. That's okay. I'm just doing a benchmark. But as you can see, when I'm outside, it drops below 40. So it's not ideal. So let me show you my 40 FPS settings. So in this case, with these settings, if you want 30s, go for it. But again, personally, I'll just stick to medium. The game still looks good. Flashlight bounce lighting should help you indoors, disable world decals. An FSR, keep it at ultra quality. And you get a frame rate boost, as you can see. You can lock the frame rate in here too, but it's not consistent, so I recommend using the Steam Deck's FPS lock. And as you can see now, it's mostly into the 40s. It'll have some minor drops here and there. Again, if the flashlight is off, you get a massive boost. But again, I play with the flashlight on because it's very dark environments. And since this environment is pretty detailed, I think it's a good idea to test it like that. But again, in this case, okay, it's very dark in here. Holy hell, I can't see anything. Yeah, no light. The door is locked. Okay. So as I was saying, in this case, put the refresher on the Steam Deck like this in this menu. Since I'm recording with a capture card, I cannot show you that. But you can lower it to 40 Hz, and lock it to 40 and allow tearing, and you should be good to go. It should be 40s across the board. At least, again, in the demanding level. So yeah, let's jump into another mission. He had a gun, I saw him. Yeah. Oh, he was a civilian. Oh, whatever, just a couple bullet holes. He'll be fine. Again, I'm not playing the game properly, I'm benchmarking, that's why I try to engage as much as humanly possible. I'm also playing on mouse and keyboard for comfort. He had a gun. I saw him.
Suspect is breathing, but unconscious.
This is talk. Copy.
Good. I put him to sleep.
Standing by.
So let me show you another level. Again, lock it to 40 Hz refresh rate, medium settings, ultra quality FSR, and you should be good. So let's jump into another level. And I'll go to the dealership, which is another, this one is less demanding. So you can see a demanding level that I just showed you. And this level is not as demanding. So I think it's a good idea to show you that as well. The thing is, again, the main menu, it drops frames like crazy. When you're getting ready here in the truck before jumping into the level, right here, it locks to 20 FPS. Again, no big deal, you're not interacting. So it needs gamepad support.
Copy.
But lock it to 40. Here, as you can see, it's 60s.
Suspects have taken refuge and are
Even with the flashlight on, way less demanding than the level we were at a second ago. But for consistency's sake, I'll still lock it to 40. Yeah, he was about to shoot me. It still drops here and there, but again, lock it to 40 to avoid any... Oh, really? Yeah. Okay, I screwed up there.
report to top.
Okay, now I got a little bit ahead, just to show you the OptiWand thing. Before the glass, looking through glass was a massive performance hit. Now they fixed that. Happy to see. But again, it drops randomly. So to avoid that, when I'm using the OptiWand, it's basically making another camera. That's why it's demanding. But to look under doors, it works pretty well. Okay, there is enemies in there.
Provide cover. Copy that.
Let's do a direct engagement.
It's open.
It's open. Cool. And we're going to breach it with C2 and clear with a flashbang.
And flashbangs.
All right.
Clear the
Roger
room.
that.
Here we go. Let's see how it drops frames.
Fire in the hole.
Oh god, that drop. Jesus Christ. But as you can see there, it dropped into the 40s. So a 40 FPS lock is basically needed for intensive moments such as this one. And this is another reason why DX12 is recommended. It's way less CPU demanding.
Suspect.
And on DX11 runs worse.
Copy. Clean house, and we'll take
So you get worse performance plus more CPU usage. So again, DX12 recommended. But without the lock to 40, you're basically having super inconsistent frame times. So to sum up, what should we say about this on the Steam Deck? Well, it runs okay, you can lock it to 40, some stutters here and there. You need DX12 for it to run properly. Flashlight is a massive FPS hit, which is obvious. I mean, we're casting shadows. In my opinion, lock it to 40, keep the refresh rate at 40 Hz. Then in the settings, use medium settings, epic anti-aliasing, and OptiWand at 24 FPS with ultra quality FSR. So you get decent performance. If you want more stable numbers, maybe use quality FSR. But it's a bit over sharpened, in my opinion. Too bad there's no sharpness slider. There's no official gamepad support, so you gotta go in here, control settings, and do some mappings. But if you click on this, you can use the community layouts. Yeah, the game is very hard to map for because there's a lot of stuff. But you can download this and apply it to your Steam Deck, and you have contour support made by the community. But still, I wish they added gamepad support later on, so it's easier to pick up and play directly on the Steam Deck. But I get that this game is meant to be a PC game, so it's just a suggestion for better Steam Deck support. But otherwise, I'm pretty surprised that it actually works as well as it does. So yeah, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see ya next time. Bye guys.